All right, I'm on hole one of the Northern Open tournament. I'm in Tuesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Not sure if I'm qualifying tonight or if I'm not sure. So I know the minimum score in every tournament always starts with minus 12. It's always minus 12. That's the base. Then we have to look at the holes that are in here. And I know, and I can't remember all of the holes, but I know that there's one of them that we have to get an eagle on. There's one of the par fours that we have to get an eagle on. I mean, there's just no option.
My sexy.
You're dead sexy, baby. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So there's one of the par fours that we have to get an eagle on, and I'm not sure. We'll have to go through and play them. So I'm thinking that the least that we need to be looking at here is minus 13. We'll have to see how the round plays out. All right, so hole number one. This is Maple Bay, hole number one. Some of you may be watching this in a Maple Bay playlist. Maple Bay, hole number one. I'm going to play this with an extra mile, and I'm going to bring out a power 2 low wind ball. So my extra mile can get me up into this area. My second bounce on the other side of the sand, I'm going to put on one top spin and max right side spin and some curl to flavor just to bring it back because the ball guide's going to be going out like this. So I'm going to put some curl just to drift it back out here. I want it to be right dead center. So we're not trying to do any big adjustment stuff, but we definitely want to lean it to the right. And then I'm going to do a 20% adjustment to the cup. I'm going to start where I left off on the last time we played this in a tournament. And it almost looked like either from where I set it up in that tournament or it almost looked like I should have did a little more. I'm going to take an extra mile. I'm going to take my accurate bag. And I'm going to take a low wind power 2 ball. So I'm going to take one of these turkey balls. 2 power, 1 side spin. Off we roll. And you can play this with a katana. The tiebreakers are pretty important. So, I mean, if you have the lower wind balls are less, I really think on this par 4, you've got a serious chance at eagle and anything you can do to increase your odds. Some of these par 3s where like a low wind ball might help you, it might be worth doing if you've got the ball inventory. 1 top spin. A couple rings of separation off of that sand. Take the wind out. 2.1 per ring, so it's a ring and a titch. I'm going to lean to the right. Hitting it perfect. Just trying, there's a little depression in the ground out here. And I'm just trying to like get right in front of that depression right there. Like to be just a little bit closer. What is that distance? 329. I think like 330. You're right in front of it without being in it at 338. So not maybe just like in between where I'm at and the 338. It's like about 5 more yards. So maybe just like a titch more than 1 top spin. The deal is if you catch any speed, that ground over there is so uneven. If you catch any speed and it comes in on a downhill, you can catch one of those slides. And you don't want to slide across that area because the second that you get to the right and it starts going down towards the sand, it's in the sand. There's no stopping it at this point. It's very unlikely that you would get caught up in that rough. Okay, there's Min Club right there. There's Max. So we're pretty damn close to Min. Fall right to the cup. I'm going to add on 20%. That's going to be 2.9. See if I can just snap it off. Oh, I hit it great to the left. Arr! That shot is dead on. And that's the same type of setup from the last time we played that in a tournament. I see that shot dropping through the week though. That is a par four that I mean, we don't need to, like, that's not a par four that's like, hey, everybody's going to get an eagle on it. But that is a par four that you can get ahead of a pretty big group and keep up with a pretty big group. See if my opponent can get in the hole. They got the quiet sign out. I was trying to be all nice and quiet for them. But then they got ready to take their shot and I was emoji spamming them, so I started talking. In the hole. Birdie. Came to get a birdie, got a birdie. The main thing you got to get down, if you're brand new playing the game or you're into tournaments and you haven't been having the success that you want in tournaments, the deal about this game is to go out and play the minimum score, and it doesn't matter what level. We have a bunch of people in our team that have started going pro, and the deal is that's the same thing. If you decide that you want to go pro, you want to move up the scale, the first thing that you want to learn when you go up and you're playing from a farther back tee or you're playing in higher winds is like, what does it take to get the minimum score? Like, what does it take? Because you'll be amazed at where you'll find yourself in brackets if you can just shoot the minimum score, and you'll almost always make the weekend round. I'm going to take all of the shootouts because I want to practice. I think it seems to me that this hole is like a, I'm going to do a 10%. So I'm gonna do it 2 miles per hour at max ring or at max club. So it's 2 rings. Let's see what a 20% does. Hit it 1 ring great to the right. Just outside. I'm not sure which par 3 that is, but that was like a 10%. So 1.8, 10% would be 0.18 added on to the 1.8. So it'd be 1.98. So pretty damn close to 2. I normally round up. So it depends. So like I'm looking at a 2.4 on a last wind adjustment that I did on my calculator. And with the 2.04, I found that if you're like right on a ring deal, so it's like if you're at 1.76 and you decide to go 1.8, you're still having to figure out where the 1.8 is. But when you're like 2 and you're that close, it's better just to go the 2 because you'll tend to overpull and give it too much. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Just got that birdie. No, I don't want to do the friend stuff right now. All right. That was hole number 1 of the Northern Open in Tuesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.